What's up, guys? So I can't wait to get into this video because, as the title suggests, a lot of really cool shit has happened since I uploaded the last video about 2 months ago. I apologize it's taken me this long to get around to it, but I have a lot of stuff to show you, and Crispr is very much still alive, so let's hop into it. So the first cool update that I want to tell you guys about is the fact that your boy got his first actual game development job working as a professional. Something that I'm really happy and proud about. I've been working towards it for a long time and it finally happened. So that's partially one of the reasons why it's taken me as long as it has to make an update video. But I've gotten to work on some really cool VR projects, and I've gotten to do some cool modeling and animation work. I wish I could show you guys some stuff from it, but I am under an NDA. But as soon as that lifts, I will definitely be sharing it with you guys. For Crispr, there's been a lot of really cool developments that have happened as well. For starters, I started working with an actual music composer to create an original soundtrack for the game. I've been working with Zach Goodfellow and his father Scott over at Captain Hook Media, and I've become really good friends with them over the process. They're awesome guys and super talented, and I can't wait to show you guys some of the stuff they've been working on, which I'll be doing in this video. Another awesome development that's happened since the last upload is that I've begun a collaboration with a company called Big Stick Rifles. So Big Stick Rifles is a company owned by my friend Rick. He's a super cool guy. But basically, he owns his own company where he designs and produces his own rifles, and they're sick. But basically, we talked a while back, and my wife, gotta give credit to her, she came up with this awesome idea of having his rifles inside of my game. So we kind of both lit up at that idea because he's a big video game lover, and we're gonna make it happen. So we're gonna put his signature rifles, the Greyfire and the Gladius, inside of my game. And what I think is awesome about this is that they're going to be completely unique to this game. No other games can have these rifles, and they totally fit within the universe of the world that I'm creating. So now that I've got you all caught up on all the new developments, I'm super excited to show you all the official theme song for Crispr. So there it was, the official theme song for my game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I honestly couldn't be any happier about it. I think that Zach and his father did an amazing job. Music is such an important part to immersing people into an experience. And with my game, I wanted a specific tone to it, and I think they did an amazing job in encapsulating that tone. It actually started off as a small little melody that I came up with on acoustic guitar, And so, I presented that to them, and they totally just got it, and they turned it into that masterpiece that you just heard. We're also working on some other things. We have some ambient loops that we're working on and some gameplay cues, which you'll hear probably later in this video. But definitely go show them some love over on their YouTube channels. I'll leave some links in the description below. And with that, let's continue on. So for development on the game itself, I've kind of switched gears a little bit. I've started focusing on the intro to the game and trying to build that out. The intro to the game takes place in the deserts, and basically we're following a small platoon of soldiers on their way to carry out a mission. John is in the back of a truck, kind of at the tail end of the platoon, and we see him talking to the other soldiers, talking about what they want to do once they get back home, and we kind of get to see and learn a little bit more about John and who he is as a person. But on their way to the destination, the platoon gets ambushed by an insurgent group, and the truck ends up getting flipped over, and John gets ejected. And as you can see here, I've been trying to work on the impact and explosion effects for when the tank gets hit by an RPG. When John wakes up, he finds himself caught in the middle of a sandstorm, and in the sandstorm there's very low visibility, and basically the player takes control of John at this point, and he's trying to find and rescue any survivors from his platoon. And I want the tone to be kind of eerie here, because with the visibility of the sandstorm, it kind of almost seems like an alien world, and I want to evoke that kind of feeling on the player and that sense of like tension and kind of dread of not knowing where the enemy is within the storm. Once the player manages to find some surviving soldiers and fight their way out of the sandstorm, they make it into a city, and this is where John and the soldiers try to continue on and complete their mission. Their mission is to infiltrate the city and mark a specific location for a missile strike. This will kind of act as the tutorial section for the game and introduce players to the combat mechanics, while also telling the backstory of what happened to John in his past before the main events of Crispr. As you can see here, I've been working on the shooting AI for the enemies. It's still a little jank at the moment, but it is functional. I also have it so the enemies can throw grenades at John, and I eventually want to have it so John can pick them up and throw them back at them. But I plan on having everything in the environment completely destructible as well, so I think it'll be really cool to see all the plates and things explode when they get shot at. There will eventually be a segment where we're getting chased up on a rooftop, and John accidentally ends up falling down into an alleyway and gets separated from the group. And so here, this is where a chase will ensue, and you'll have to avoid some gunfire, you'll have to hop some fences and try to be stealthy. But here you can also see I've been working on the impact effects for all the different kinds of surfaces. I got it so if you hit a flesh material, you'll get the blood spray landing on the surface behind it, which is pretty cool. And I've also been working on refining the cover mechanics and making it so the camera automatically switches and matches the side of the cover that you're on. But lastly, I got the fence hopping mechanic working, and I made it so that this is pretty cool as well. Whenever John hops the fence, he'll automatically holster his rifle, and then whenever he lands back on the ground, he'll pick it up off his back again. But I've also been working on building a couple other sections for the game, and I'm excited to show those off to you in future videos. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now in terms of progress. I'm happy that I've gotten a decent amount of progress made with everything that's happened. I'm going to continue building out the game and try to be better with uploads. It just has to be a very focused effort to make these, and that takes a little bit of time. On a side note, I've also started another YouTube channel that's dedicated to making Unreal Engine tutorials for other developers. And I've also been working on creating a unique kind of Souls-like combat system to sell on the marketplace. My hope is that it will help bring in some additional income to support me while I develop these games. The video that I made showcasing the combat system kind of has blown up a little bit, which is awesome. But I super appreciate it if you guys want to check that out and subscribe to my other channel. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you on the next one.